Good afternoon, students. Today we will discuss basics of measurement and evaluation. The greatest signal factor imparting a student abilities to learn is the quality of the teacher in the classroom. A strong teacher evaluation system is central to improving teacher quality. It provides the means to recognize and reward great teachers so we can learn from and replicate their success. It is also help to identify those who need help so they can get the extra training they need to be effective. So teacher play an important role in evaluation of the student. First, we will discuss learning objective of this lecture. To understand the meaning, concept, nature, and characteristics of test. To understand the meaning, concept, nature, and characteristics of measurement. To acknowledge the importance of test and measurement. To identify the goal and objective of test and measurement. A student will be able to analyze and understand the test and measurement. To understand the level of measurement, a student will be able to compare between measurement levels, and also a student will be able to compare between test and measurement. Test is used to gather information. The information is presented in the form of measurement. That measurement then used to make evaluation. This is the definition of test. What is test? First, we will discuss what is test. Instrument, protocol or technique that measure attribute of interest of students, designed to measure any quality, scale, or knowledge. By using test, teacher can easily measure the quality, behavior changing of students, scale, and knowledge of the student. Concept of test. Determine a student's ability to complete certain tasks or demonstrate mastery of skills, knowledge of content. Measure the level of skills or knowledge that has been reached. Nature of test. Subjection to condition that show the real characteristics of a person or a thing in a particular situation. The test has two major ingredients. First is instrument containing a set of questions or exercises to measure the characteristics such as knowledge, skill, intelligence, aptitude, etc. of individual or group of individual. We can use tests when we want to check the knowledge of the student, skill and intelligence and aptitude of student. We can use in this test in individual and in a group. Technique to measure one or more aspect of human behavior through sample of verbal or non-verbal responses. Now we will discuss characteristics of good test. A good test should be have valid, reliable, practical, comprehensive, relevant, balanced, appropriate in difficulty, clear, authentic, appropriate for time, objective, and last, economical. First, we will discuss first point, valid. Valid means measure what it is supposed to measure. हमने जिस काम के लिए उसे बनाया है उसी काम को करें. इसका बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल हम घड़ी को ले सकते हैं कि घड़ी का काम है टाइम दिखाना, एक्यूरेट टाइम दिखाना, प्रॉपर ड्यूरेशन से दिखाना. तो घड़ी अगर हमें प्रॉपर ड्यूरेशन से प्रॉपर टाइम दिखाती है तो क्या है वो वैलिड है. सेकंड, रिलायबल. Provide consistency in measuring the item being evaluated. Third is practical. It is easy to be conducted, easy to score without wasting too much time or efforts. It means whenever we design the test, it should be practical. Comprehensive. Next, characteristics of good test. It covers all the items that have been taught or studied. It covers all the topic, all the things that we cover in our studies. Relevant. It measures responsibly well the achievement of the desired objective. Appropriate in difficulty, progressive in difficulty, to reduce stress and tension. It means we include all category, all individual difference in क्वेश्चन. हम अपने जो क्वेश्चन बनाएंगे, जो हम टेस्ट तैयार करेंगे, तो हम क्या करेंगे कि इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंस को और जो सभी तरह के विद्यार्थियों को सम्मिलित करते हुए हम क्या करेंगे, अपने टेस्ट को बनाएंगे. नेक्स्ट है क्लियर. Questions and instruction should be clear. Time should be clear. Section should be clear. How much question student will attempt should be clear. All things in your question should be clear. Balanced. The language of the test should reflect everyday discourage. Next quality of good test is appropriate in difficulty. A good test should be appropriate in length for the allotted time. Objective. If it is the marked by different teachers, the score will be same. Marking process should not be affected by the teacher's personality. Whenever we use multiple choice question, the result is same, because only one answer is correct, so result is same. So try to include such type of objectivity in your test. Balanced. Test linguistic as well as communicative. Competency and its reflect the real command of the language. Economical. Use of the teacher limited time for preparing and guarding, and it's make the best use of pupils assigned time for answering all the items. It means teacher limited time for preparing. Now we will discuss need of test. Why we need test? Test result utilized for various purposes such as assignment of the present status of individual or particular trait or variable. Expressing the probability of future success. Diagnosis the causes of lack of expected performance and suggesting remedial measures. Providing academic and vocational guidance. Classification is that comparing or categorizing individual or group of individuals. Undertaking research to answer various questions. These are the main things why we use test. Now, what is the use of test? Why are we using test? We using test to motivate students, improvement in a student, to show the achievements of students, diagnosis the problem in the students where they are lacking in understanding, grading the students, prescription and classification, and prediction. The uses of test. Now we will discuss measurement. A measurement take place when a test is given and a score is obtained. Collection or gathering of data. Now we will discuss what is data. Information present in the form of numerical value. This is our data. What is measurement? A measurement take place when a test is given and a score is obtained. Example of measurement. The students score in a examination. Physical properties of objective such as length and mass. These are the example of measurement. Now we will discuss concept of measurement. Measurement is the assignment of a numerical value to an attribute of an object. The unit that we use to measure are most often standard units. Now we will discuss nature of measurement. Measurement should be quantitative in nature. It must be precise and accurate. It must be reliable, or it must be valid. It must be objective in nature. It means कि जब भी हम इसकी स्कोरिंग करें, इसको देखें, तो सेम रिजल्ट आए. ऐसा नहीं कि इसका जो रिजल्ट है या इसकी स्कोरिंग है वो बदलती रहे. ठीक है. These are the nature of measurement. Now we will discuss characteristics of measurement. Quantitative, easy to understand. Encourage appropriate behavior. Visible. Define and mutual understood. Encompasses both input and output. Measure only what is important. Multi-dimensional. Use economic of effort. Facilitate truth. These are the characteristics of good measurement. Now we will discuss the scope of measurement. Measurement have three main functions. Research function, diagnosis function, prognosis functions. Diagnosis function is basically used for diagnose the problem. Prognosis functions, first we will discuss, tells differences among pupils' performance. Has the administrative functions such as the classification, selection, promotion, gradation of the students. Guidance and counseling service based on prognosis functions of measurement. Effectiveness of method, instruction, and treatment are evaluated on the basis of student achievement. Because this prognosis is used to classify the student achievement and give grading according the performance of the students. So it is basically used in guidance for further benefit or further choose subject and other things. Diagnosis functions identify the weaknesses of the student learning, where the student is lacking in subject or in topic. After the identification of weakness of the student, then remedial instruction prepare on the basis of diagnosis. Establish the cause effects relationship, but prediction implies the simple relationship. Diagnosis function is very important functions of measurement, because to improve in our teaching strategy, to improve the learning in a student, diagnosis is very important, because without diagnosis we can't identify the weaknesses of the student learning. Last, research functions. Verification of scientific hypothesis of research. Used for research purpose. Complete valid measure of certain human characteristics. Provide objective and dependable basis for the comparison. Now we will discuss measurement scale. There are measurement scale, and we can say we have 4 types of measurement scales: nominal scale, ordinal scales, interval scale, and ratio scales. First, we will discuss nominal scales. What is the nominal scales? Nominal scales are used for labeling variables without any quantitative values. Simple bicarb labels. Mutually exclusive, and none of them have any numerical significance. Nominal sounds a lot like name. For example, what is your gender? Male, female. It means this is not a numerical value. We are using to label. What is your hair color? Black, brown, gray, white. It means we are labeling the things, not quantitative, only qualitative. Next is ordinal scale. Order of the value is what important, and significant, but not difference between each one is not really. No. Measure of non-numeric concept like satisfaction, happiness, discomfort, etc. Ordinal is like sound order. In nominal scale, we labeling the variable without any quantitative value. Or in ordinal scale, we order the value is what important. Example of how do you feel today? Very happy, unhappy, okay, happy, very happy. How satisfied are you with your service? Very unsatisfied, somewhat unsatisfied, natural, somewhat satisfied, very satisfied. These are the order. Now we will discuss third scale, interval scale, numeric scale. Difference between the value is the same. Interval scales means interval itself means space between, not clear idea about zero. Now we will discuss example of interval scale. Time is the example of interval scale in which increment are no constant and measurable. Time is the good example of measurement. Interval scale. Now we will discuss fourth level of measurement, ratio scale. Allow for a wide range of both descriptive and inferential statistics to be applied. Have a absolute zero. Variable can be meaningfully added, subtracted, multiplied, divided. Central tendency can be measured by mode, medium, or means. Measure of dispersion such as standard deviation and coefficient of variation can be calculated from a ratio scale. In ratio scale, we have absolute zero. This is the more important characteristics of ratio scales. And ratio scale allow for the wide range of both descriptive and inferential statistics. Example of ruler, income, GPA, years of work experience, number of children. Now we will discuss evaluation. Process of making value judgment over a leave based on quantitative data, performance or achievement of the student. In evaluation, teacher gives a quantitative data to student. Concept of evaluation. Evaluation is the collection, analysis, and interpretation of information about any aspect of a program of education as a part of recognized process of judgment, its effectiveness, its efficiency, and any other outcome it may have. Nature of evaluation. Evaluation is a science of providing information for decision making. It includes measurement, assessment, and testing. It is a process that involves information gathering, information processing, judgment forming, decision making. By using the evaluation, teacher can get information, get judgment, get decision for a student. Now we will discuss need of evaluation. Measure the effectiveness of the instructor. Measure the effectiveness of impact in meeting objectives. Provide feedback to student. Provide student satisfaction and motivation. These are the need of evaluation, why a teacher use evaluation. Now, characteristics of evaluation. Validity, reliability, practicability, fairness, usefulness, interpretation of result. First, I will discuss validity. Validity means actually test what is set out to test. Example of validity: question that are intended to test recall of factual material, which actually test the condition, reliability, measure of the consistency with which the question, test, or examination produce the same result under different but comparable conditions. One evaluative question should test only one timing at a time. Adequately reflect the objectives of the teaching unit. Practicability. It should be realistic, practical, effective in the term of their cost, time taken, and case of application. Fairness. Reflect the accurate range of expected behaviors are desired by the course objective. Information provide to the student about the evaluation, such as nature of the material, the forms and structure of examination, uh, length of the examination, and value. Next characteristics of evaluation is usefulness. Useful for student knowing their strength and weaknesses. Suggest all the needful requirements for the needful requirements for the student improvement. In preparation of results. A test score is meaningful if the teacher or counselor is able to decide what significance or importance should be attached to it, and to make some judgment concerning its relationship to other kind of information about the student. Interpretation of result. Types of evaluation: formative evaluation, summative evaluation, and number third, continuous and comprehensive evaluation. CC pattern used in our university. As you know, we using both type of evaluation, formative and summative evaluation. In formative assessment, you are giving your Monday test, graded assignment, midterm 1, midterm 2. This is your formative assessment. At the end of the semester, you are giving your summative paper. So I think you all are understand what is the formative and summative and what is the continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Now I will discuss formative evaluation. Monitor student learning to provide ongoing feedback that can be used to instructor to improve their teach technique by students, to improve their technique by the student to improve their learning. Help the student identify their strengths and weaknesses and target area that need to work. जब हम सूप को बना रहे होते हैं और सूप को बनाने के दौरान अगर हम उसे चखते हैं तो वो फॉर्मेटिव इवैल्यूएशन का काम करता है। जैसे मान लो उसमें कुछ कमी रह गई, उसमें नमक कम रह गया, उसमें कुछ और कुछ ऐड करना है तो हम ऐड कर सकते हैं। और जब हम उसे कस्टमर को सर्व करते हैं तो वो हमारा सबमिटिव एग्जांपल हो जाता है कि अब उसमें हम कुछ भी चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो जो फॉर्मेटिव इवैल्यूएशन है उसमें यही होता है कि हम अपने जो टीचर है वो अपनी टीचिंग स्ट्रेटजीज में चेंज करता है टाइम टू टाइम अकॉर्डिंग टू द नीड ऑफ द स्टूडेंट। वो स्टूडेंट की जो प्रॉब्लम है उनको आइडेंटिफाई करता है, उसमें इम्प्रूव करने के लिए वो धीरे धीरे उसमें भी चेंज करता है, स्टूडेंट को भी बीच बीच में गाइडेंस देता रहता है, डायग्नोस करता रहता है, रेमेडियल टीचिंग देता रहता है ताकि वो उसका जो ऑब्जेक्टिव है वो उसे अचीव हो जाए। एग्जाम्पल है फॉर्मेटिव असेसमेंट का। Ask the student to draw a concept map in a class to represent their understanding of a topic. Submit one or two sentence to identifying the main point of the lecture. Turn in a research proposal for year feedback. Summative assessment. Evaluation student learning at the end of an instructional unit by comparing it against some standardized or benchmark. High stakes means that they have a high point of value. Example, midterm exam, final project, end semester exam. These are the example of summative evaluation. Use of evaluation. Use of formulation of objective, designing of learning experience and assignment of learner performance. Useful to bring improvement in teaching and curriculum. Provide accountability to the society, parent, and to the education system. These are the use of evaluation. Meaning of evaluation approach. Now we will discuss evaluation approach. New concept in the discipline of education. Revolutionized the process of education. Emphasizes on realizing the objective of education in the behavior term. Their types of activities are done in the evaluation process. How far the teaching objective has realized. How far the learning experience is effective. What are the change of behavior that have occurred in the student. According to B.S. Bloom, education is the tripolar process. In this PPT, you are seeing the triangle. First, teaching objective, then learning experience and change in behavior. ये प्रोसेस कंटिन्यूअस चलता रहता है जब तक कि हम जो हमारा चेंज इन बिहेवियर ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं प्राप्त कर लेते हैं. Steps in evaluation approach. In evaluation approaches, we have 3 steps. educational objective, learning experiences, and change of behavior. Above steps are closely related to each other and perform in sequence. Technique and testing are objective centered. These steps are इन स्टेप्स को हम तीन जो हमने ट्रायंगल बनाया है उसमें आप देखेंगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि किस तरह से हम जो हमारा चेंज ऑफ बिहेवियर उसको प्राप्त करते हैं. Fairly of the student is due to the inappropriate tendency of learning experience of teaching. Change of behavior are evaluated in terms of teaching objective. School subjects are taught for providing learning experiences. Technique of evaluation: observation, anecdotal records, inventories of personality traits, questionnaire, rating scale, interviews, contact with parents, case history, sociometric technique, projective techniques, test of various kind, cumulative record, autographical record. These are the technique of evaluation. These are the references you should use for further more study. Now, this is the time of quiz. A sum of question is called testing, assignment, examination, or test. Give appropriate answer. Second is measurement. The first step is marking of the test, administrating of the test, development of the test, decision of what to measure. Third MCQs is which instrument is used for measuring sample of behavior, evaluation, assessment, measurement, and test. Choose appropriate answer. Number 4, the main purpose of evaluation is to make judgment, opinion, prediction, and decision. These are the 4 options. You have to choose one appropriate answer. Number 5th is which type of evaluation is used to monitor learning process. Summative evaluation, diagnostics evaluation, formative evaluation, placement evaluation. Number 6, The main purpose of evaluation is to make judgment about educational age, time period, qualitative, quantitative. These are the four options. Number 7, what is the purpose of evaluation? To measure the achievement of students, to test the student in subject, to make judgment about the quality of something. Number 8 is which has the least scope? Assessment, evaluation, measurement, and test. Choose appropriate answer in 4 options. Number 9, what is the purpose of formative evaluation? Check the final status. Promotion to next grade. Selecting students. Monitoring progress of student. Choose appropriate answer. Number 10, or this is our last MCQ. From the following, the right sequence is test, measurement, assessment, evaluation. Evaluation, test, measurement, assessment. Test, assessment, evaluation, measurement, assessment, measurement, evaluation, test. Thank you, student, for giving me your time